Hi guys, welcome to FlyMe's Boeing 737-800 sim. My name's Jake, I work at FlyMe. Joining me is Oliver, who I'm sure some of you already know if you've watched our previous videos.
Hi guys.
I'll be the pilot flying today, and we're going to be doing a short hop from Vienna to Innsbruck. Innsbruck's got some pretty interesting approaches, especially if you're using runway 08, and it's looking like the weather down route today is going to be favouring that runway actually as well. We're using real-time weather, so it's pretty interesting actually. A couple of CBs around and
fun stuff
to make it interesting. Yeah. Just to save time, we've put the route in the FMC and also calculated our takeoff performance. We're just going to do an hour short brief and confirm what we've put in the FMC is safe, and check the waypoints in the departure match up to the plate on the iPad as well. So if we start with a pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
I've got tested 100%. Nav and display switches are normal and auto. Window heats are on pressurization mode selector. That's auto. Isolation valve is open. Flight instruments.
Okay, I've got heading 201, 201 and 620 feet.
Speed brake
is down.
Parking brake.
Set.
And engine start levers.
Cut off.
That's pre-flight checklist complete.
Alright, so we'll look at this mass and balance performance calculation.
Yep.
Alright, so we've got a taken into account a 200 kilo fuel burn for taxi. We've got a takeoff weight of 56,891 kilos.
Checked.
It's runway 34. Conditions dry. The wind 3402. Outside air temperature is 29 degrees and QNH 1010. It's flap 5 with the packs will be auto, anti-ice off. We've got a MACTO of 20.5%. That's given us 5.5 units of trim, which we'll set shortly, and a cell temp 58 degrees.
Yep.
And take off to 22k of 88.6 on N1. So we'll put those. That's given us V speed of V1 is 124 knots, VR is 127, and V2 141.
Checked.
So if we put, we've also got a zero fuel weight of 51,100 kilos, and that's matching up to what we calculated our gross weight to be at 57,000 kilos.
Yep.
So ton reserve, cost index is 7, and we're going to be taking flight level 280.
Yeah, let's check some pressurised for that as well.
Okay, execute that. Happy to execute?
Yep, happy.
Okay, so let's put that away. The charts up. Let's put this back. So that is 280. We'll just.
Yeah, we've been cleared straight up.
Straight up.
Yep.
We'll assume IFR clearance.
Yes.
Straight to the flight level 280.
Yep.
That's set. Transition altitude 10,000 feet. We've got the cell temp then is 58 degrees. Takeoff 2.
Yep.
And we've got the N1 come up there, and that will change when we put the packs in.
Yeah,
we'll
and that's what we expect.
Yeah, we'll expect that change, and we'll look out for that. So takeoff page, it's flap 5. The MACTO is 20.5%. It's given us 5.5 units, which I'll just set my engineers.
Yep.
Set. And V1 124. V2 VR is 127, and V2 141. Okay, we'll set that in there.
And the MCP set, so we can probably take all our.
Take that. Okay. Alright, so we've got our IFR clearance.
Yep.
So if we go through a bit of a brief
Yep, no
before we
worries.
go, we'll just have a look at the weather.
Do you want me to pull it up my side, or
you can do,
shall
yeah.
shall we get an
look at
update?
that, yeah. See if it's changed at all.
Yeah, super. Just wait for that to come through the VHF. So this is through ACARS, isn't it? That we're using at the moment. So I got a message there.
Okay, so it's now varying at 2 knots. Well, that's
and we've got a change in QNH as well. 1009.
1009. We'll set that in. So it's dropping. Okay, that's set. So obviously the big one to watch out for there then is the CBs at 5,000 feet. We'll keep.
We've had a look on the display.
Yeah, I'll take the weather. In that case, I'm going to take the weather radar.
I'll take terrain my side.
So we've got temporary gusting, variable 15 knots, gusting 25. So we'll see how that.
Nice and sporty.
Yeah, nice sporty.
I'm going to retake legs page now, Joe.
Okay, mate. Sound. Okay, let's bring the charts up. Alright, so taxi then. We're on stand Echo 49.
Yep.
And it'll be a left turn onto Lima. All the way down to the end, past exit 1.
Yep.
Right turn onto Echo. And it's a full taxi down the runway then to Bravo 12, which is for full length runway 34.
Sure.
V speeds we've already covered. We know it's 124 VA1, VR is 127, V2 is 141. The packs will be auto. We'll leave the anti-ice off. We're well above 10 degrees.
Yep.
And we've got the thrust to monitor when we put the packs on. It should be 88.5.
Yep.
Emergencies then. Let's pop this back a second. For the takeoff, we'll reject anything below 80 knots. Anything above 80 knots, below V1, we'll be stopping for takeoff config, predicted wind shear.
Yep.
Loss of control, engine failure or fire.
Yep.
Obstruction in the runway, or unreliable airspeed. If we do decide to abort the takeoff, I'm going to call stopping, disconnect the auto throttle.
Yep.
Bring the thrust levers back to idle, set the speed brake to up,
Yep.
apply full reverse thrust, and we'll stop on the runway and advise cabin crew stations.
Yep.
If you could follow me through on those actions.
Yeah, so my actions then, I'll follow you through on your actions. Confirm speed brakes up, monitor reverse thrust, inform ATC, monitor the auto brake as well actually on the RTO.
Yep.
We'll inform air traffic, but the aviate, navigate, communicate. I'll call you 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots on the speed, and then I'll call, you'll call for flat 40 in case of evacuation.
In case of evacuation, yeah. If the anything above V1, obviously we take it into the air.
Yep.
If it's engine failure, we'll fly V2, set max continuous.
Yep.
Do nothing below 400 feet.
Yep.
Take it up in the hold, come together and
Yep.
sort it out.
I'll cancel any master cautions and obviously state malfunction when you request that.
Okay.
And ensure max continuous thrust if in case it is an engine failure has been set.
Okay. So
good.
let's check the SID versus the chart versus FMC then.
Yep, I've got legs page up my side.
Okay, so we're going to be, it's obviously runway 34.
That's checked.
The initial heading is, or the initial track is 340 degrees.
Yep.
To Whiskey 304 above 1,300.
That's checked.
Okay, it's a left turn to Whiskey 295.
Yep.
Which is then a further right turn to 229 degrees for 6.4 nautical miles.
Yep.
To Whiskey 233 above 4,000 feet.
That's checked.
Right turn heading 267 degrees.
Yep.
38.2 nautical miles, direct Sovel.
That's all checked, looks good.
So threats then, the MSA is 4,700 feet. We only really have to worry about that if we deviate from the track.
Yeah.
If it's down
and
the
luckily
city,
we've been cleared straight up to
yeah, we
flight
can
level
climb
anyway.
straight up, yeah, to cruising level, which is flight level 280. Big one then, terrain. Obviously we're going to be flying towards it.
Yeah, and I've took
So if
terrain
you
my
take
side
terrain
as
your
well.
side,
Yeah.
I'll keep the weather.
Yep.
Obviously, hopefully, we get some visual on that as well. If
Yep.
not, we've got it backed up there. Weather. Obviously, the CBs are the major thing to avoid.
Yep.
So if we stay above the MSA, if we deviate off the track to go around the CBs.
Yep.
So I would say that's everything. If
Sure.
you're happy.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I'd have mentioned there, so
Alright.
sounds good.
So shall we have the? We're on a self-positioning stance, so we don't need to push back.
Yep,
We'll
we are
soon
indeed.
start clearance, so we'll have the full before start
Cool.
checklist.
Before start checklist. And you're happy for the APU to come
Happy
on?
for the APU to come on.
Okay, and we'll go pumps on now as well. Pumps are on and starting the APU. And before starts. Before start checklist. Fuel.
Stand by.
Yes,
1
standing by.
second. And just got the doors are now closed.
Checked.
Okay.
Yep, before start checklist. Fuel is 6,000 kilos. Crossfeed is closed. And pumps are on. Passenger signs, they are on. MCP.
Okay, we've got V2141 heading 340 and the flight level 280 set in the altitude window.
Takeoff speeds.
Okay, V1 is 124, VR 127 and V2141.
CDU pre-flight.
Complete.
Rudder and on trim.
3 and 0.
And taxi and takeoff briefing.
Complete.
That's to the line and happy for below the line as
Yep.
well. Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Mobile devices.
Flight mode.
Doors and windows.
Closed.
I've got closed like my side. Packs. Oh, they're coming off now for the engine stop, but we'll get the APU on the bus first.
Okay, sure.
So we'll do that first. So standing by on the checklist and happy for APU
Yeah,
on
happy
the
for
bus.
that, yeah. Okay, so we can now disconnect.
And I'll get the APU bleed on as well.
So we can tell the, we can get the ground power off.
Yep.
That's now disconnected. Okay.
So continuing the checklist, packs are coming off now. Anti-collision lights is now on and transponder is XBDR. That's full start checklist 2 and below line complete.
Okay. I'll just clear this master caution for that doors.
Yep,
It's
that's
actually a
checked.
simism, that one. Okay. So start 2.
Starting engine number 2.
So we've got N2 rotation. Closed. Got EGT rising, N1
Sure.
rotation, and the oil pressure's coming up.
Start cut out.
Check. Let's check that's good, good. Yep. Okay, start number 1.
Starting 1.
I got N2 rotation. EGT's rising, N1 rotation, oil pressure's coming up.
Start cut out.
Check. Oh, you run time. Okay, that's looking good. Yep, so we'll have the before taxi procedure then.
Taxi procedure. And AP's coming off.
Check. Set flap 5.
Set flap 5 set.
Just wait on that green light.
Checked.
Okay, flight controls. Check. Full forward. Neutral. Full aft. Neutral. Full left aileron. Neutral. Full right aileron. Neutral. Rudders.
Yep.
Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Okay. The before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators are on. Pro-Peats on. Anti-ice off. Packs are auto. Isolation valve is auto. Engine start switches continuous. Recall checked.
Check my side.
Auto brake is RTO. Engine start levers.
Idle D10.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
It's clear left.
And clear on the right. That's full taxi
Okay,
checks complete.
So we'll have lights on.
Lights are on.
Okay. Happy?
I'm indeed.
Just dim that down a touch. Okay, so it's a left here. Just keep a lockout left and right.
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay, brake release. We'll just set TA only as well.
Checked. Only clear on the right.
Clear left. So it's just after exit 1, it's the first right.
Yeah, that's checked.
There we
So we got exit 2 there.
So that's exit 1, so it's the next right after that.
Checked.
Clear left.
And clear right. So it doesn't look like anything major's been picked up on the weather display, so that's all good.
Take that zoom out a touch.
And if worse comes to worse, we can always deviate left or right, right?
Yeah.
But be cautious of the MSA, as we said. Cabin secure.
Check. Okay, so it's Bravo 1-2, the last holding point.
Yeah, we'll take the last one, yeah. Happy for the before lineup?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yep. And I've got the checks for you when you're ready.
Yeah, we'll have the before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist, takeoff briefing.
Reviewed, no changes.
Centre tank fuel pumps are off. Cabin is secure. Flaps.
5 green light.
Stabiliser trim.
It's 5.5 units set.
And transponder is TARA. That's before takeoff checklist complete. And we're clear for takeoff. Inboard coming on, and I'll knock the taxi light off for you.
I take it on the roll as well.
Yep, that's checked. It's good for me. See if we can find any MCBs.
Right, clear up the approach.
Yep, right hand side is clear.
Clear left. Timing. Happy?
I am indeed. Stabilise.
Take off.
And take off thrust set. Indications
Check.
normal. 80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up, please.
Gear up. L nav.
Check.
V off speed.
Check.
N1.
And flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1. And I'll follow you around with the heading.
Thank you. And flaps up, please.
Flaps up. Flaps up, no lights.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds are on. Packs are auto. Landing gears up and off. Flaps are up, no lights. And altimeters there. Still QNH 1009. After takeoff checks complete.
Check. little bit calmer than I expected.
With them CB's forecast.
Yeah.
Another clearer terrain. I'm going to take weather my side as well.
Okay. And set standard.
Standard passing flight level 10-2.
Check.
Get rid of the lights for you if you want.
Yep. Right.
And do you want to keep the seatbelt signs on just for the time being?
Yeah, just for the time being, just while we pass through this weather.
And we're above 10 degrees.
Command. Oh. Wind gusting us around a little bit. Command Alpha.
That's pilot command. That went quite well, especially with that speed input that we put in the FMC. Some alto cumulus cloud. Topic of the day.
Someone's been reading their ATPLs.
That feel quite smooth then. Yeah.
Yeah, smoother than the last time we flew it. Still gusting around a little bit though.
A little bit into it, yeah.
Yeah. Get quite warm in lights, don't they?
Yeah, I've just knocked it off for a minute. You just let me know when you're happy for seatbelts, mate.
Yeah, I think we'll wait till we get to cruising.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's not like we're at a relatively high cruise today anyway, is it? Only at 280.
Yeah. just while it's throwing us around a little bit. It seems to have stabilised a bit now.
Yeah.
It looks clear up above there. Yeah, you can probably release them now, to be fair.
Yep. Seatbelt signs off.
Shame about all this cloud coverage. It's quite a nice view.
I know, yeah, it should be nice coming into Innsbruck as
Yeah.
well. Nice approach. Starting to come in some serious strats now. Yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it?
Mm.
And 1,000 feet to level off.
Check.
FMC speed, Vienna path.
Check.
That went well.
So what's the next ATPL lessons for you then?
More clouds, no precipitation.
Precipitation, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and are you just coming onto the cloud bit?
Yeah.
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 I actually really enjoyed it. It's,
I find that more interesting than the altimetry side of things.
yeah. It's I wouldn't necessarily say one's more practical than the other, but I just find it interesting.
Yeah, it's just.
You know, when you look outside when you get up and you know what a cloud's.
Yeah, I think the thing is as well, it's something that you can actually see. You know, it's. You can look up and you can say, well, you know what that is, and you know. What
and all
this
the
is.
factors that are in the clouds as well.
Yeah. Whereas the altimetry stuff, even though it's obviously very important,
Yeah.
you can't physically see it, can you?
No,
It's
you can't
not,
see it.
Not that interesting to.
No. I suppose it all depends on what you're going to be flying, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So like maybe if you don't have all these lovely gloss displays and an FMC, then it's probably quite useful.
Yeah.
Especially in hotter climates when your density
Yeah,
altitude.
but when when that comes into effect.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Surprising how many people get caught out with the density altitude.
Yeah.
Especially like you say in high elevation, high temperatures.
Yeah, 100%. How's Lima Golf?
Yeah, it's coming on alright. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Basically, I've done, or I'm working towards finishing this half of the overhead panel.
Yep.
I'm hoping to have the entire overhead finished by the end of this year.
Working very hard. Just
lots of cables.
Yeah, if no one knows about Lima Golf, have a little chat.
Yeah, so Lima Golf's an old 737-300 that we acquired.
Your new baby.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's from the flight deck to window 6, if you like. So we've got part of the passenger cabin with 18 seats in the forward galleon flight deck. When we got it, it was completely gutted, no seats, no, all the wiring looms.
Fresh out the scrapyard.
Yeah, fresh out the scrapyard, basically dead. No instrumentation in there, no avionics.
Just shell.
Just a bit, yeah, just an airframe.
Airframe,
yeah. What's left of an airframe.
Yeah.
And I started completely not rebuilding it from a structural point of view, but bringing it back to life, I would say, is a better description.
It's slowly getting there.
Yeah, it's nice to see things start lighting up.
Just when you see little lights pop up that ones for working in the real aircraft, it's pretty insane.
I would say the obvious. I mean, I know you know, Oliver, but for people watching, the
I've
view.
Just got that identified my side, Romeo November.
Check,
right. Yeah, check.
Got that. For people that are watching, it's going to be a full flight deck simulator and a cabin simulator. It's
going to be insane.
Yeah, so we've got there'll be a full collimated display around the cabin window.
Original avionics.
Sorry, the flight deck windows. All the original avionics, switchgear, everything's going to work exactly as it did. The collimated display is the type of display what's used on a level D sim.
Yep.
Which is different to the direct projection. And we'll have also visuals down the cabin windows, sound system, and all the stuff in the cabin works as well.
It's going to be pretty crazy. You could replicate a full flight if
you could replicate.
People wanted to be cabin crew in there. Passengers.
And the nice thing about X-Plane is the flight dynamics are so realistic.
Yes, yeah. And especially even just with the current outfit of the sim, with not everything being in, even sat in there in a little office chair with your hand on the yoke.
Yeah, it's very surreal considering it's a real airplane.
Yeah.
It's old. It's done thousands upon thousands of miles flying across the world. And
literally for all the airlines it's operated for.
Yeah. It's a piece of history, really. To see it being brought back to life.
Jake's going to have a tip jar every time you go. Put a quid in. Yeah.
So it's a long process.
It'll get there.
It's getting there.
And it's going to be great to see it back. Well, sort of airborne again.
I think, as far as we know, certainly in this country anyway, it's the only. I know of another one in Russia, but it's the only 300 with a cabin, as far as we know.
Yeah.
At least privately owned anyway.
Yeah, and the amount of levels of, I don't want to say OCD, but attention to detail that's gone into it. The little things you get in working in it.
The idea is to get everything working, or as much as everything as possible working, as close as possible to the real life operation. Right down to when the lights go dim when the APU starts, because using battery.
Even the power change when you demonstrated that the other day. The flicker and on the dome lights and all the different panels.
And the thing about it is, it's got all the feel, the smells, and everything because it's real.
The loo still smells like a loo.
Yeah.
It does actually. I'm not even joking there.
So
gives you that holiday vibe.
Yeah.
It does.
It's weird when you're sitting. When you're sitting there, it's apart from the fact you can see a wall through the window. It's
but it won't be like that. It's going to be crazy with everything that's going into it. Truly immersive. This is immersive in my. Do you know when you've been in for an hour or so? Everyone comes out and like.
Yeah, you could think that you were really flying, couldn't you?
Yeah. And as we always say, you get out, you're still in Barnsley.
Yeah.
Should we have a chat through all the different things we're doing on the approach then?
Yeah, let's get a briefing because we're going to be descending in not too long. So.
All right, let's have a
to get that in. So approach briefing then. So let's have a look at the weather at destination first.
Do you want me to get that for you?
If I get the weather at destination, if you want to pull up the weather at the alternate, we'll just have a look.
I'll let you get that first, just so we don't confuse the A cars then.
Yeah, sure.
Could I just borrow the iPad a second as well,
course, yeah.
just to have a gander?
Oh, that's nice. Straight down the slot. 080 at 13 knots.
So 08,
Yeah.
that's perfect for the
Yeah.
approach then. We're happy to do that.
It's varying at 050 and 110, between 110, but other than that, looking good. All the 9s, a few at 6, scattered at 7. We've got CBs forecast at 7, a few. So we'll keep the, I'm going to take, in that case, I'll take the weather radar.
Yeah, and I'll take terrain, yeah. Because we've sort of got two crucial things to manage there.
Yeah, we're going to have to be very aware of that though, because there's high terrain either side of track, so
that's checked.
No significant change.
I'm going to preset 1010 just on.
So should we look at the weather at the alternate?
Yes, I'll give you that back now. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much. Let's see.
I'll get that on my side. Echo Delta Juliet Alpha for Memmingen. So for Memmingen, which we've got as our primary alternate, other ones we have got Munich as well, but I'll take this one as primary on the flight plan. 240 at 10 knots, so nice light wind. Cav OK. Temperature 26, dew point 16.
So it's a lot nicer there.
A lot nicer in Memmingen.
Shame we're not going there.
What about all the scenic approach at Innsbruck?
Yeah. Let's just have a quick, before we look at the FMC versus chart stuff, I just want to talk about the threats.
Yep.
Obviously the big one is
all the
terrain.
landed data and stuff.
Yeah. High terrain either side.
Sure, yeah.
MSA from LMEM is in the sector we're going to be turning is 3,200.
And we could even take the highest MSA for all three of those.
Yeah,
just
we
to
could do
mitigate
it. 14,500. We could stay on the safe side of all of that.
Yep.
Just bearing in mind there are these CBs around that we can.
CBs about. And also the funny turn at LMEM, because that LNAV track's pretty sharp, isn't it?
Yeah. So weather-wise, it does get very choppy around that corner there.
Sporty stuff.
And also around that corner.
Yep.
And I've noticed a lot. Previous times I've flown into there, that it seems to be a tailwind and shifts around to a headwind as you come around the corner. So
I'll monitor progress.
Yeah, and we're just gonna have to maybe we'll get what I'm going to aim to do is get configured slightly earlier.
Yep.
And get the speed under control.
Yep.
Because with that tailwind, if it's.
Should we pop some fixed rings in for that?
Yeah, so I'm going to aim to be fully configured at 7 miles.
And so I'll put RW08. Standby 1. RW. Oh, is it right? So happy for me to put a /7 in there?
Yep.
Fully configured for 7.
And also if you can put as a 2 mile fixed ring around the final approach fix, which is Whiskey India 754.
Whiskey India 754. Whiskey India 754, that can go in the fix, and 2 miles was that?
Yeah, we'll just
so they're the fix. Reference. Yeah, that's all in for you, mate.
Okay. So continuing the threats then, like I said, the terrain around LMEM seemed as we've been having a little bit of trouble with this FMC taking the holds.
Yep.
We'll just go in heading select as we approach LMEM, vector ourselves round, staying above MSA.
Yeah, of course.
And then we'll join the tracks back up in the legs page.
Using
LNAV.
LNAV.
Back in LNAV,
yeah.
It's non-standard, but
works best for today
us,
with the CBs and the MSA.
So let's have a look at the first the arrival then, chart versus FMC. So the MSA from Romeo Tango Tango is the highest MSA there is 14,200, so it's actually lower than the highest MSA at LMEM. And we should be tracking out from Romeo Tango Tango 259 degrees, which is.
I'll just compare that on my side.
we're showing 258, so it's within 1 degree.
Yep.
And that's for 56.5 nautical miles.
That's checked.
So then we direct to LMM, as we said.
Yep.
Going to be in heading select, coming back around, and we've to be above 13,000 feet there.
And I've got
which
that
we
in the
will
FMC
be
as well.
And that's pretty much it for that arrival. Transition levels by ATC, so we'll just make our own transition level if we do it at flight level 150.
Checked.
We'll be descending into Class C airspace, which goes up to flight level 125, so that's one to be aware of.
Yep.
As for the actual approach, it's RMP Zulu runway 08, which we've got
Identified
on my side as well. And the final approach course is 078, so if we set that. So then, we've got from LMM, we're tracking out above 13,000 feet, 083 degrees for 3.1 nautical miles.
That's checked.
To Whiskey India 750, where it's that's the start of the glide slope, or where we intercept it, which is a 3.6 degree glide slope.
Yep, that's checked.
For 16.7 nautical miles to Whiskey India 751.
Checked.
So right turn to Whiskey India 752, 1.5 nautical miles.
Checked.
And we're 7 nautical miles on track, which is 113 degrees to Whiskey India 753.
Yep.
And then a left turn, 1.3 nautical miles to Whiskey India 754.
Checked.
Which is the final approach fix, and the final approach course is 078 degrees.
Which we've got set.
Minimums are 2,900 feet Barrow, which we'll set shortly.
Yep.
And the airfield elevation is 1,907 feet, so he's got that set. Missed approach then. Climb to 9,500 feet via the RNAV track to Romeo Tango Tango and hold. And then if we happen to do that, we'll obviously take up that hold.
So quite a nice missed approach then.
Yeah, it's quite a pretty simple missed
Yep.
approach, and then we'll just diagnose it from there and decide what we're going to do, if you're happy with that.
That sounds good to me. So just got minimums to set then.
Yeah, so there's just minimums to set, and also we'll set that. You can set that if you want.
Yep.
In terms of the config, it'll be flat 40, 129 knots, and it will take 5 knot wind correction if the wind drops. Other than that, it'll be half the steady headwind component plus.
And I'll monitor that.
Yeah, if you
Are
monitor
you
that on
going max order brake as well?
Yeah, so we'll take max order brake.
I'll let you set that just while I do this.
And it'll be flown in LNAV VNAV.
That's checked.
And we'll once we're below the missed approach altitude, we'll initially bug in the wind down the minima.
Yep.
And then once we get below the missed approach altitude, we'll set the missed approach altitude and continue descending.
Sounds good to me.
Go arounds, obviously, if we're not stable, anything we don't like, if you see anything, speak up, tell me, or I'll speak up. Also, the winds could play a factor in that. If it is a tailwind,
Yep.
and it doesn't swing around like we expect, even though it's forecast straight down the runway, if we obviously go above 10 knots tailwind, we're going to go around.
Yes, yeah.
So that's pretty much it, if you're happy with that.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, so we'll wind in the I'm going to set 14,500.
Checked.
Stay above the MSA.
Got the descent checks for you when you're ready as well.
Yep, I'll have descent checklist. I just need to stand by. I just need to set the minima on my side.
Yeah, no worries.
You all happy with that?
Yeah, sounds good. Missed approach is quite nice anyway, so just in case.
It does get quite interesting on the sort of final stages of that approach.
Approaching the start of the approach, we'll get another glance at the weather if
Yeah,
if you
well,
fancy that.
we'll do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. And just for the missed approach,
Yep.
on this chart we've got transition altitude by ATC as well. We'll stay on QNH in that.
Yeah,
you know,
that
in that
makes
respect.
sense. Yeah.
That's set. All right, so descent checklist then, please.
Descent checklist. Pressurization, land altitude 1,900 and 1,900 feet set. Recall. That's checked.
Check my side.
Auto brake.
It's max.
Landing data.
Flat 4129 knots, and the minimums are 2,900 feet varo.
It's checked. Approach briefing.
Complete.
That's descent checklist complete.
Okay. So I'm going to take weather on my side.
And I'm just going to do the.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. So happy for that to go to Andy.
Yep. Just bag around the heading bug.
Should be passing over Romeo Tango Tango shortly.
So we lost that display.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, then that's right. We'll keep the ND on the lower ICAS.
Checked. Just use the compass.
Yeah. Dead reckoning.
Just everything off the compass.
One more thing, actually. Nav aids. If we take the localizer
111
DME, yeah, it's 111.1.
That's in the standby already, so
Okay.
we'll transfer that over.
We should also.
Alright, there's Romeo Tango Tango, route and direct LMM.
So we'll aim to get off at also one thing I should have mentioned.
Yeah, taxi,
Yeah, we'll aim to get off at Bravo.
yes.
It's just a right turn at Bravo, cross Bravo 1, right turn cross Bravo 1, and we'll just take because X-plane randomly generates traffic and stands.
380.
We don't know what stand we're going to get, so we'll just take whatever's
Okay.
whatever's free.
Be on the runway. Sounds good to me. Now we're approaching top of descent there.
Check. So that's set. We'll just bring that around.
And retard.
Check.
Due to the
Profile.
nature of the approach to the terrain, do you want to go seatbelt signs on now?
Yeah, let's get them on.
Seatbelt signs on. Another thing we're probably not used to is those intermittent flaps as well. That we might take
Yeah,
at some point.
we could get taking those.
Just with the
Do you actually want to take weather? I'm going to take terrain.
Yeah, I'll take weather. Yep. fun begins. That should be fine overhead, won't we, first? Should be off to the left, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it's just I can actually see the runway.
Just Top Gun it down.
Yeah. We've seen that. There's a video. A guy flying. I think it's King Air.
Right.
It's dropping off some skydivers.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
He rolls inverted.
Yeah.
Goes into a dive and he actually beats them.
Yeah.
Down.
FMC speed.
Check.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he? Don't tend to do that in the 737. And retard.
Check.
And visible moisture below 10. Happy for anti-ice?
Yeah, probably anti-ice on, and the start switch is to continuous as well.
That's checked. We'll keep. I'll monitor that if you've got the approach. I'll just keep an eye on that every so often. Looks like we're out of the visible moisture for the moment, but we'll be coming back into some shortly.
Yeah, we'll leave it on.
We'll leave it on for the time being.
Just monitor the temperatures.
Yeah, that's checked. Yeah, the moisture's back again.
Starting to get a little bit choppy now.
Temperature's increasing a bit, but not quite 10 degrees yet. So getting some nice views of the mountains.
Say that again, Oliver.
Some nice views of the mountains, yeah.
Okay, so
anti-ice coming off.
Yep.
And 1,000 feet to level off.
Check. And as we pass through, flight level 150 will set standard as well.
Checked.
Sorry, we'll set the QNH.
Checked. Once we've done that, I'll just grab another update on the weather.
What QNH? Have you got 1011?
1009 my side. I'll just grab a quick update now.
1009, okay.
I'll let you know if there's been any significant changes. So we got 080 at 13 knots, and all the 9s, few at 6, scattered at 7, few CBs at 7 as well. We'll keep an eye out for them on the weather radar. Temp 27, dew point 15, 1010 now.
Check. Set that as well.
Sound. I'm just going to monitor the, I'll keep the legs page for the time being and then monitor the progress page. FMC speed, Vienna Vault.
Check. Set QNH 1010.
QNH 1010 set, passing 14,460 feet. Below 10 degrees anti-ice.
Yeah, we'll pop it back on. Take heading select now.
Checked.
Just do what we briefed.
I'm going to keep it at this height in the turn as well.
Yeah.
And heading select.
Check. So I'm going to start vectoring us round.
Checked.
So right. Heading 290.
290 set. And got the approach checklist for you when you're ready.
Yep, ready for the approach checklist.
Approach checklist, altimeters.
Just QNH 1010, set and checked.
QNH 1010, set and checked. Approach checks complete.
Yeah, so we're going to have a tailwind on the
approach. So that vector's looking quite nice, and you've got terrain your side as well, and that looks good. So I'm not actually visual at the moment with anything.
Now take left 200.
Bit of cloud surfing.
And I'm just going to line the heading bug up back with LMM as we come around.
Checked.
And we're still above the MSA, so that's
yeah, that's checked nice.
Safe.
And on all three of them as well, so that's
yep, in all sectors. So now I'm just going to join those back up.
That's checked.
LNAV. Have to confirm.
Happy. I'll keep updating it as you come around, probably.
Yeah. Doesn't like that, does it?
Yeah, that's good.
Now going back into LNAV.
Checked. LNAV.
Check.
and next altitude clearance will be 13,000 feet.
Check.
Visual with some terrain.
Yeah, I've got broken visuals on my side, but
Starting to rock about a bit, isn't it?
yeah, so I'm going to wind down the minima now.
Checked.
And round it off to 3,000. And just go alt intervene.
Checked. VNAV path.
Check.
Checked.
Take anti-ice off.
Anti-ice is coming off.
Drag required and clear that.
Checked. We've not got any speed restrictions anyway, so.
No. We're coming back on profile now.
Checked.
So just as we stayed in that upper MSA, it just kept us a little bit high on profile.
But it's better to be how we were.
That's we're back on profile now.
It's checked. Speed should start to decrease quite nicely.
Yep. Just keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's checked.
Tail 23 knot tailwind is pushing us along.
Onto the progress page.
Go, below 250 knots, we'll take flat 1.
Flat 1. Yeah, progress page 2, we've got 90 knot tailwind at the moment.
Okay. We'll keep a sharp eye out on that then. And
Will do. I'll let you know when it starts to swing around. And a 4 knot crosswind from the right. Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Take intermediate flap 2, please.
Intermediate flap 2. And I'll get the inboards on.
Okay.
And the turn-offs.
Speed's coming back.
Checked.
Flap 5, please.
Flaps 5. So that tailwind's decreasing now.
Speed's coming back.
Checked.
Gear down, please.
Gear down.
And flap 15.
Flap 15. Speed brake sound.
Check. Take flap 25.
Flap 25. Bring the cabin.
Check.
and only a 4 knot tailwind now, and it's a 4 knot crosswind from the right.
It's coming around, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Alright, so you have the landing checklist to flaps, please.
Landing checklist to flaps. Landing checklist to flaps, engine start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Is armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
And that's landing checklist to flaps complete.
Alright, I think we'll do it early if we can wind in the Mr. Brotel's
Checks.
shoes.
9,500 set.
Set. Flap 40, please.
Flaps 40. And final part of the checklist, flaps.
40 green light.
And check's complete. And we're clear to land. Have fun.
Okay, manual flight, manual thrust.
It's goodbye, mate. Right outside. Flight director.
Some wind.
Just a bit. And it's a 5 knot tailwind now.
Check.
And we're starting to shift around. And we've now got a headwind.
Completely gone around there.
There we go. We're now 066 degrees, 11 knots. And 8 knot crosswind from the left.
Check.
Stable. I'll give you a final wind check on final as well. Approaching minimums.
Check. Continue. Slightly low, so correcting.
Checked. Headwind 11 knots, 2 knot crosswind from the left. 066 degrees, 11 knots.
Slightly high, correcting.
Checked. 500 feet, stable. 2 reds, 2 whites.
400. 200.
Speed brakes up. Reverse as normal. And 60 knots.
Manual braking.
Auto brake disarm. Nicely done, mate.
Hard work.
And we've made Bravo.
Bravo.
And I'll start the APE for you.
Yep, you can stand there.
And clear on the right.
Clear left.
Might be a remote stand.
Yeah. See what we got this end of the apron.
Welcome to nice and rainy Innsbruck. Nice approach though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's challenging when winds are like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes it interesting though. Can't have it cavalcade all the time.
Can create a spot. Oh no, there's a spot on the end. And AP is available on the bus for when you're ready.
Yeah, we'll just stand by.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll take that one.
nice one.
Yeah, we'll take AP on the bus.
AP is going on the bus.
We'll have this as a parking stand. Seems there's none left.
Yeah, this one's good.
Okay. Brake on.
2 blues, 1
That's
red.
good. Just got the anti-collision light as well.
Yep.
It's all good. Happy?
Very well done.
Yeah. Went alright, that it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Very good. Interesting flight.
Right guys, that concludes
Yeah, very
our
good.
flight from Vienna to Innsbruck. Pretty challenging approach, that one. Gusting around a lot.
Sporty
Winds.
stuff.
Can't make the mind up, but yeah, pretty good. Thanks for watching.
Cheers guys, thank you.